moving on to the first speaker for today. I gathered a lot of you weren't really too enamored with the guessing game, so I'll skip that and I'll give you the facts up front. Our first speaker is a championship winning speaker. In his international speech contest, he won accolades for his speech titled "Do You Have a Pen?" It's none other than Toastmaster Jaswanth, and he is born in Kerala, joined Toastmasters very recently, the most recent amongst the role players today, right? 2014. And his New Year resolution is to lose up on some weight. And with that, let's welcome Toastmaster Jaswanth. You have a pen.
December 24, 2013. It was a cold, dark night. I was cruising on my motorcycle, feeling like Jack from the movie Titanic. My red motorcycle was my heroine Rose. Lost in the moment, I closed my eyes and I gave a Titanic pose. When I felt this on the third, I was pushed to the side of the road, skidded down the street, and I fell down. I picked myself up. Rose was lying on one side of the road. But on the other side, I noticed someone lay motionless. I rushed to the spot and I froze in fear. Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters. Did I kill him? No one was around. Maybe I can leave. I rushed to the motorcycle, picked it up, and a boy in school uniform appeared out of nowhere. And he pointed something at me. Looking at it, my mind traveled 9 years back, when I was of his age. It was the first day of 11th standard. I was very excited. I said bye to mom and was leaving for school when entered the driver. My father said, "Jaswanth, I have a gift for you." A gift for me? From my father? Getting a gift from my father is like getting an apple from a pineapple. Doesn't happen. He took something out of his pocket, placed it in my hand and said, "Make the right choices in life." And he left. Excited, I opened my hands and I froze in confusion. Looking at the pen, I had a really important question to my mom. "Mom, am I adopted?" To which my mom promptly replied, "Jaswanth, your father is cashier Krishnamurthy, not Infosys Narayan Murthy." 11th grade for me was all about booze, buddies, and beautiful girls. I had no interest in studies. So when the first test results were announced, there was a big D on my report card. D for disaster. D for dad. D for dead. My friend Rakesh, who had got similar marks, came to me and said, "Jaswanth, do you have a pen?" I said, "Yes, why? Can you sign my report card?" I said, "Wait a minute. If I can sign his report card, maybe I can sign my own report card. My parents won't find out, and my teachers won't find out." So I took my pen and I signed his report card. He said, "Thank you for saving me." I replied in James Bond style, "Don't thank me, thank this." The same thing continued in the second test, in the third test, and by the end of the fourth test, I had become the unofficial parent of half the class. After the fifth test, Rakesh came to me and said, "Jaswanth, they are sending the report cards to our house by post." The moment I heard that, I sprang out of the class and I rushed to my house. The postman was just leaving. There was still hope. As I entered the house, I saw the report card in my father's hands. But one look at his face, I knew I had made a wrong choice. Scared to face my father, I went to someone even my father was scared of. My mother. I said, "Ma, can you sign my report card?" My mom, with her beautiful moonlight face, looked at me and said, "Sure. Do you have a pen?" As I handed her the pen, she said, "Jaswanth, I have one condition." I said, "What is it?" "The next time you get the report card, you have to get it signed. By your father. She said, "Jaswanth, Do you know what this is? This is a pen of your willingness. You have the willingness to make your own choice, because of which things are not right in your report card, things are not right with your father. But you forgot that when things are not right, you can set things right with the same willingness. That's why the question is not whether you have made a wrong choice. The question is, do you have a pen to set it right? Do you have that? As my mom signed the report card, I asked myself, did I have the willingness to set it right? Well, 10 days were left for the final examination, and I started studying like a crazy guy. I studied so much, when the books looked at me and said, enough, don't study anymore. And when the final results came home, my grades had changed from D for disaster to A for amazing. So amazing, when my father looked at it, he froze in amazement. Like son, like father. Then he said, Jaswanth, do you have a pen? And as I handed him the pen, he noticed it was the same pen that he had gifted. And one look at his face, I knew I had set the situation. 9 years later, the same boy in school uniform was standing in front of me, asking me the same question, do you have a pen? I looked at the wrong choice that I had made, and I rushed to set it right. On a closer look, he had no injuries. With great effort, I managed to wake him up. And I asked him, are you all right? He said, yes. Some idiot knocked me with his bike and rode away. I replied, uh-huh. Then he said, thank you for saying it. I said, don't thank me. Thank. Ladies and gentlemen, have you made a wrong choice in your life? You may have made a wrong choice, and that wrong choice may not have affected your life in the right way. And things may not be not right in your life because of that wrong choice. But when you have the willingness, if you have made a wrong choice in your career, you can set it right. If you have made a wrong choice in your relationships, you can set it right. And if you have made a wrong choice with someone's life, you can set it right. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is not whether you have made a wrong choice. The question is, do you